everyone and welcome to Akshata's Recipes. Thank you so much for stopping by. Well, today's recipe is a very healthy take on the Dahi Vada recipe. Normally when we make Dahi Vada, we always deep fry the vadas, but I want to stay away from deep frying and using a lot of oil. And also with the summer heat, it becomes very heavy to eat deep fried meals or deep fried dahi vadas. They become very heavy and you feel really full and lethargic and heavy. So this dahi vada, there's no deep frying at all, and I've added my own twist with all the ingredients I've used in it, and the end result is just simple deliciousness. So I hope you like this recipe. I hope you give it a try, and if you do, then don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Do hit the red subscribe button, and once you have subscribed, click the bell so you won't miss out any of the recipes or vlogs on my channel. So let's get started with this amazing dahi vada recipe. So friends, we're going to start by setting the dahi or the curd. So I've taken 1 liter of milk, boiled it and cooled it down completely to room temperature, and then I'm going to add about half a teaspoon of dahi or yogurt or curd, stir it for a minute, and then we're going to let this dahi sit at room temperature for at least 5 to 6 hours or longer. You can even do this overnight, or you can keep it even for 7 to 8 hours till the dahi is nice and set. And you'll see that after 7 or 8 hours of waiting, the dahi is nice and firm and all ready to go. So now we can chill this in the refrigerator for about an hour. Now let's concentrate on the preparation of the dal. So for the dal, what I have done is I have taken about 1 cup of urad dal, washed it very well under some clear water. Then I have soaked it in water, and I'm also going to add about 1/4 teaspoon of methi seeds or fenugreek seeds. And again, we're going to soak this for about 5 to 6 hours or longer. You can even do this overnight. Now, after soaking the dal for 5 to 6 hours minimum, we're going to add a mixture of some grated ginger. I've taken 1 inch of ginger and about 6 light green chilies, and I'm going to grind this to a coarse paste. I like to use the light green chilies because they're not very spicy. And so after grinding it, we're going to get this coarse paste. Now we're also going to grind our soaked dal with just a little water. We don't want a very thick, a very runny paste. We want a semi-thick paste. We're also going to add salt. So the paste should look like this. Now we're going to add our ground paste to the mixture. This gives a lovely flavor to the vadas. And to even make it more interesting, I'm going to be adding about half a teaspoon of pepper powder. We're going to mix all of this together. Now I'm heating up an appe stand, and I'm going to be using some cold pressed coconut oil. Now you can either brush the appe stand or just drizzle the coconut oil very little. I've used just about half a teaspoon. So here we can avoid the deep frying of the dahi vadas. And now we're just going to add our ground dal paste with the lovely spices in it, and we're going to cook it till it's nice and golden brown on both sides. Once this is done, you can keep all of these aside, and we're going to put these vadas, once they're golden brown, in some buttermilk. We're going to soak them in the buttermilk so they become nice and soft and really melt in the mouth taste. Now we are going to prepare Now we're going to add 4 or 5 tablespoons of sugar to the dahi. You can even put a little bit less if you would like. And we're going to whisk this sugar into our lovely chilled dahi. And now we're going to give this a lovely tadka, which elevates the flavor of the dahi. The dahi has to be nice and chilled. Now I'm using 2 dried red chilies, which I've cut up into fours, 1/4 teaspoon of cumin or jeera seeds, and 1/4 teaspoon of hing or asafoetida. I'm also going to be using some curry leaves. That is optional, but the curry leaves also add a great flavor to this tadka. Now keep your dahi, which you have beaten with some sugar, at the side of the tadka vessel. I'm going to be using some desi ghee or clarified butter, about a tablespoon, and I'm going to be adding the red chilies, the jeera, and I'm going to be adding the hing or the asafoetida, and I'm going to be adding all of this lovely tadka to the lovely sweetened chilled yogurt or dahi, and I'm going to be mixing it very well. And then we have to again refrigerate this dahi for about an hour in the refrigerator so we get some lovely chilled dahi. And now we're going to come to the fun part, which is assembling our dahi vada. That is really the fun part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take about 2 or 3 vadas, which have been nicely soaked in some buttermilk, so they're nice and soft and melt in the mouth. Then I'm going to be drizzling, or rather just scooping up some of the lovely dahi, as much or as little as you like, onto the vadas. And then we're just going to sprinkle some red chili powder, a little bit of salt to taste. Here I'm using pink Himalayan salt. It has a lovely flavor. And then all we have to do is garnish it with some freshly chopped coriander or cilantro, and your dahi vada is all ready to enjoy. So have these dahi vadas. They're so healthy. They don't really, make you feel full and lethargic. And as to why did I have so much of this fried stuff, it's just light on the palate and it's amazing. So I hope you enjoyed today's recipe. I hope you give it a like. Please do subscribe to my channel, and once you have subscribed, click the bell so you won't miss out any of the interesting recipes and vlogs coming up on my channel. So let's see this beautiful custard and jelly fruit salad. So here I've kept 3 cups of water to boil. Now today I'm going to be using this Wakefield jelly strawberry. It's not a sponsored video, but it says that it's 100% vegetarian. There is no gelatin, and it even sets without refrigeration. So I'm using the strawberry flavored jelly. So I've just taken the 2 packets that are there in it and I've mixed them up well together. And now the water has come to a boil. I'm going to switch it off and let it cool for 1 minute. And then I'm going to pour the water into the jelly powder. It says not to pour the jelly powder into the hot water, but to pour the hot water into the jelly powder. Now once I've whisked it in really well, I'm going to pour this into a flat dish like this. And I'm going to let it cool for some time, and then I'm going to refrigerate it for about 45 minutes. Now let's prepare the custard. So here I've taken 2 tablespoons of custard powder. Again, I'm using Wakefield, not sponsored, but I'm using the vanilla flavor. And again, it says over here that there is no egg in this custard powder. So this is a pure veg recipe. So I've taken 2 tablespoons of the mixture, and I'm going to add half a cup of cold milk. And we're going to whisk it really well so that there are no lumps. It should be lump free. Now I've boiled 1 liter of milk. I'm going to add half a cup of sugar. You can add even 1 cup if you want it more on the sweeter side. Mix till all of, and now here I'm going to grind a powder of some almonds, pistas, and some elaichi powder. I'm going to make a very fine powder like this. We're going to add that powder to the milk and see that all the sugar has dissolved really well. Now we're going to add in the custard mixture, and again we're going to stir till it's very thick, and it becomes thick within like half a minute. It starts to thicken. So you're going to transfer this mixture to a large bowl, and now we're going to add some ice cubes to it. Mix the ice cubes in well. We're doing this because we want it to be in a runny custard and not a set custard. Now I'm going to cut the jelly, and I also have some cut up fruit. I've taken strawberries and grapes. You can use any fruits of your choice. And then after that, just with a with a spatula, just loosen it up and you get these lovely jelly squares. Now I'm going to add these chopped fruits. You can add chiku, you can add apples, you can add bananas. I just wanted to keep it simple, so I just added strawberries and grapes. And now I'm going to add the jelly squares. And I'm going to give everything a good mix. Now, to be honest with you, I had made two sets of these, and one I was very impatient, so the squares did not form. The other I kept it for a whole 45 minutes, so I used that for decorating. Being honest with you guys, and so I just decorated it with the set jelly squares and the lovely fruit. Summer drink of Jeera, which is so refreshing. So I'm going to start by roasting 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds or jeera. Just roast it for about half a minute till you get the aroma. And then we're going to grind it to a very fine powder. Now you can use your mortar, pestle or your dry grinder and grind it to a very fine powder like this. Now let's see the other ingredients that we need. So this is half a cup of mint leaves or pudina. Wash the mint leaves well. And this is half a cup of coriander leaves. Wash the leaves well again. This is our 1 teaspoon of roasted cumin powder that we just roasted and ground. Next, we're going to have need some salt to taste. Now you can also use black salt. This is the juice of half a lemon, so about 2 tablespoons of lime juice. And this is half a liter of ice cold water. So all I did is just took water and added ice cubes to it and kept it in the refrigerator. And this is some bundi for garnish, and this is completely optional, but it really elevates the taste of the dish, or of this drink rather. So let's start. Now I'm going to add the mint leaves or the pudina. Next goes in the coriander to my mixer jar. Next I'm going to add the roasted cumin powder. Now we're going to add some salt to taste. Like I said, you can either use plain salt or you can use black salt. And then some lemon juice. Now we're going to grind this to a very fine paste. So grind it for about a minute or so till you get a nice fine paste where everything is well ground. Now what I've done is I've transferred half the water to another jar or a bottle, and I'm going to add this paste to only half the quantity of the ice cold water, and we're going to mix this really well. So stir the mixture really well. And now I'm going to add the remaining water back again, that is the ice cold water. And we're going to stir this mixture really well. Now from this, I got about 5 small glasses of Jeera, which is so very refreshing. Guys, you need to make this in this summertime. And now I'm just going to, run this through my colander or my sieve or sift. because no one wants to get those particles of pudina and coriander in their mouth when they're drinking this. So I'm just running it through a sieve, but I'm going to press it down with my spoon, really, like press it down so that all the juices that are there in this ground paste, go into the water below. So just press it down with a spoon, and you can just dip it back into the water and again press it down like this. So do this about 2 or 3 times, and then you're going to just squeeze this out till you find that all of the juices have come out of this paste, and you have a nice dry kind of paste in your hand. So you can dip it once or twice in the water and then just squeeze it out. Now, for those of you who don't have a problem of having the paste, in the water, it's okay. You don't need to strain this. But I like it to, be nice and clear, and I don't like any particles, when I'm having this jaljeera. So the option is yours. So you can either strain it like this, or you can leave the paste in the water. And now you see when you stir it, you get this beautiful, lovely, natural green color. And of course, you can adjust the taste. Now I'm just going to add some salt to taste. So taste this mixture now, and you can adjust the salt. And if you feel that you want some more pudina and coriander, okay, now I'm just going to add some chaat masala also, about 1 teaspoon. So like I said, if you want to have more of the pudina taste or the coriander seed, you can just put a small little bit of coriander and mint again into your mixer jar, and again blend it and then add it. So just adjust it to your taste. Now I poured the mixture back into my pouring jar because it's easier that way to pour it into glasses. And now it's time to serve. So I'll just show you how I like to serve it. So you can keep this in the refrigerator, and when you're ready to serve it, this should be had nice and ice cold. So you're going to pour it into your glasses. So these are the, small glasses. Now, if you want to have a larger quantity, you can just double the quantity of all the ingredients. And now I'm just going to sprinkle some lovely bundi. So this is the salted bundi. But this really adds a lovely flavor, and you can just add the bundi when you're just about to serve it, so you get that little bit of a crunch. And now I'm just going to add some ice cubes, and this is completely optional. If you don't want to put the ice cubes, don't put the ice cubes. And then I'm just going to garnish it with the mint leaf, which is edible. So when you're having the drink, you can even munch on the mint leaf. And that's it, guys. Our lovely jaljeera is ready, and it's so delicious. You must try this out this summer. That was highly recommended from me. And so let's see today's raw mango panha. Now here I've taken 3 raw mangoes, washed them well, and I'm going to cook them in my pressure pan. Now I like to add these limes to my pressure pan, that way it remains nice and clean. Anyway, I'm going to pressure cook this for 1 whistle on high, and then I'm going to simmer it for just about 5 minutes and then turn off the flame. And after that, let the mangoes or the raw mangoes, which are cooked nicely, cool down to room temperature. Then we're going to drain off all the water. And now I'm just going to peel the raw mangoes, which are cooked, and the peel comes off very easy. Now don't discard the peel, because there is some mango pulp that is there on the peel. So I'll show you how to take that off too. So I've just kept a colander on top of a vessel in case, some of the bulb or the juice tends to come out. So it goes into the vessel below. So don't overcook these raw mangoes, just, simmer them. So now I'm just going to take a spoon like this, and I'm just going to take out whatever cooked pulp is there attached to the peel, and then you can discard the peel. So we have to try and get as much mango pulp as we can. And now I'm just going to squeeze out the pulp. Now don't throw out these seeds. You can just put them in your, garden window, whatever pot that you have in your garden window or in your garden. So don't discard them. And then just smash up the pulp really, really well with your hands. And now we're going to run it through a mixer, because then we want a nice smooth paste like this. So now I'm just going to run this through my colander so I get a nice and even smooth paste of this, of the mango paste. And once I've done that, I'm just going to transfer this nice smooth pulp into my jar. And I'm going to add exactly a cup of sugar. And I'm going to mix this in really, really well till all the sugar, mixes in well. Now I'm going to add half a cup of water because that makes it easier. So I'm just going to rinse the mixer pots, whatever pulp is there, I can use that. And we're going to whisk this in really well till all of the sugar really dissolves. Now we're going to do a taste test and just see if any more sugar is needed. So I needed a little bit of more of sweetness, so I added about 5 tablespoons more of sugar. So you have to taste it and adjust it as per your taste. So basically you have to have this sweet and sour element. And again mix everything till all of the sugar dissolves. So this is going to be our concentrate of the panha that we're going to be making now. So I added just about 1/4 cup more of water. That helps in mixing up the panna. Otherwise, it becomes very difficult when it's very solid. And then I'm going to add a few strands of saffron. That's completely optional. What it does, it just brings out a beautiful, it just gives it this panna a beautiful color. Now this is the concentrated syrup. So whenever you want to have panna, you just pour this into a glass and then you add water to it as per your, how thin or thick you like your panna, and then have it. You can even add ice cubes to it. So that's it, guys. This is a lovely, cooling and refreshing summer drink. So do give it a try. It's so simple. I'll catch. So friends, let's see today's lovely iced coffee recipe. It's really very simple and it's so refreshing, especially when you come out from a hot day. So here I've taken 2 tablespoons of instant coffee powder. You can use any brand that you generally like. So put it directly into the cup or the, whatever you're going to make it in. Just put the coffee powder directly into that. Here I'm using my lovely mason jar, which I can carry around with me and just sip whenever I like. Now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of sugar. You can adjust the sugar according to how you like it. You can even skip the sugar if you don't want to use sugar. Now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of hot water because I want to get the coffee going. So when you put the hot water, the instant coffee immediately gets dissolves in the water. That's what we're looking for. And you can make it as strong or as light as you like. You can add a little more coffee powder if you want. Now I'm going to add half a cup of chilled water. So I kept this in my fridge overnight, so it's really nice and chill. Again, mix it up really well. So how many of you are coffee lovers? Do comment in the comment section below. Now I'm going to add half a cup of cold milk. Again, give it a mix. And I'm going to add 1 cup of ice cubes. Now, if you want that frothy effect, you can put all of this into your food processor and just give it a nice whip. And again, I'm going to add another half cup of cold milk. Mix everything really nicely together. Stir it all well so that the sugar is nicely dissolved. And you can keep this in your refrigerator or you can just have it immediately. And this is your lovely iced coffee, all ready to enjoy.